to tell you guys how people are actually making money in the credit space. This pumpkin's gonna be awesome for this year. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Let me put this down real quick. I'm here to pick out my pumpkin for this year's Halloween season. It's already here. I can't believe it. The time flies. Well, I got you here. I might as well tell you guys some stuff. I got two big announcements. The first one is I'm doing a 10% off sale at the Crusader Cave just for Halloween. All my workshops, 10% off. You can also get cool t-shirts too. Go ahead and use the promo code TREAT at the bottom of the screen before you check out, and you'll get 10% off everything at the Crusader Cave. You need to make sure I hooked you guys up with some sort of a discount because I know it's been a while. Now, as far as the content for today's video is concerned, I'm gonna go and tell everybody one of the biggest things or the biggest secrets that maybe people don't realize is going on with this whole space. Before I get into it, I need to say this video is for entertainment/education purposes only. None of it is a call to action. This is just for entertainment and information, that is all. With that being said, I'm gonna tell you guys how people are actually making money in the credit space. So, first thing I want to talk about is credit repair. Now, this is pretty much one of the most obvious ways people are actually making money. They're starting credit repair businesses. They're learning how to dispute items off of a credit report, and they're doing this as a service for people, and people are normally glad to pay to get things removed off their credit because that in turn is going to let them be able to get things like cars, apartments, credit cards, home loans, all sorts of stuff that they wouldn't have been able to get had they still had the negative items on their credit report. Now, there are big companies and small ones. And the biggest ones is Lexington Law. They've been around for a long time. There's a lot of other companies also, smaller outfits, that have recently popped up in the past, I want to say, since the COVID breakout, since COVID-19, it's exploded because credit repair is one of the jobs that you can do anywhere. It's a remote job. People like that. They just get on social media, start promoting, and then start selling their services. Just type in credit repair on YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to credit repair though, it's very important that people know that there's regulations and guidelines you need to abide by. Just like Credit Game, remember them? They didn't abide by those regulations. So the FTC, the regulators, came in and they shut the whole operation down. They came in and they cleaned house. So that's something that people know when they're getting into this, or should know, is that if you're planning on getting really big, you gotta play by the rules, meaning you've gotta go and you can't charge up front. There's all sorts of red tape you gotta go through in order to even provide this service. Also, credit card processing is very hard to get, meaning it's hard to collect money for the service because when it comes to credit repair, let's just say the chargebacks are they're on the high side. Now, the small guys can try to get away with doing things by not playing by the rules. I'm not suggesting anybody do this. I'm just saying it's easier for them to not have to play by the rules and have all the regulations on their back because they're not really under the magnifying glass when it comes to the regulators. Because let's face it, the regulators, they like to go after people who have money. They don't like going after people who aren't making that much money because they got to invest all this shit, time, effort to go in and then not get anything. That's not gonna fly. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna waste their time. So the smaller guys can usually get away with a lot more. Now, when it comes to other forms of ways people are making money in the credit repair space, there's some lesser known ones. Let's go over them. There's something called a trade line broker. Now, what's a trade line broker? A trade line broker is someone who sells authorized user trade lines. They get them from a trade line company like Trade Line Vault or Trade Line Supply, and they usually get them at a discount because these companies have broker programs. For those of you that don't know, authorized user trade lines are credit card accounts that are added, you can add to people's credit reports by adding them as an authorized user, and they will inherit that account, which in turn can boost a credit score. So it'll give a boost. So then you are able to go and apply for things and get approved for things you wouldn't normally get approved for, or get a better interest rate. They can work wonders in certain scenarios. Trade line companies have a mass of trade lines that they've accumulated, by networking with people, getting card holders, people who have accounts that they in turn pay. What the trade line broker does is he forms a relationship with the trade line company and then gets the discount because he's either paid for the discount or he's sold enough lines where he gets a discount, and then is able to mark up his lines to then sell directly to the customer. See, the trade line companies, they love selling to brokers because it cuts out the middleman as far as them having to explain how all this works to a customer. They just go in and they just sell the lines. The trade line companies like doing that kind of stuff. They don't like having to talk to a customer and explain how this all works. Like, that costs time. Time is money. They'd rather sell to a broker at a discounted rate in order to just sell more lines and have a smoother process of selling the trade line. Now, the problem when it comes to the broker is that if the broker doesn't know what he's doing and he just starts willy-nilly throwing lines on people's credit reports, promising things that he knows that he can't deliver, like saying, oh, you definitely will get approved for something, or just telling the customer that, giving the customer unrealistic expectations, then the customer is going to get pissed when that doesn't happen, and then he's going to get pissed at the trade line broker. Then the broker, if he doesn't know what he's doing, he's going to get pissed at the trade line company, and then it creates a mess. So it's very important that the broker maintains a good relationship with the trade line company, so they're working well. It's like a well-oiled machine, so everything works good. Now, one thing that people may not realize is that trade line brokers normally do more than just sell trade lines. Now, again, videos for education/entertainment only, but what people are doing, the way they're making the big money, the way it's easier for them to sell trade lines, is they sell packages. Meaning, they go and they'll get a credit profile, they'll make a credit profile, and then they'll add trade lines to that profile and then sell that as a package, like apartment package, credit profile with 2 trade lines for X amount of dollars. That's the way they make the bigger money, because the markup on the trade lines, they'll make money, but not as much as packaging the whole thing as one package, because it's less of a headache. It's an easier sale. They'll have things like apartment package or automobile package or cell phone package. That's how they'll sell it, and they can make a lot of money doing that. I know people that are making over 6 figures working from home selling packages of some sort. Now, again, am I telling you to go run out and do this? No, that's what you do is on you. I'm just telling you what people are doing and how they're making money in all of this craziness, all this credit craziness. Now, as far as trade lines working, do they still work? As of today, yes, they still work. For how much longer, I don't know. But as for what people are doing right now, making money, that's how they're doing it. I'm giving you guys the inside scoop. I mean, it's crazy what people can do when it comes to social media. I mean, people just whip up accounts, they get on YouTube, they get on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, and they just go to town. I mean, that's how a lot of people are doing it. So there, I told you how the inside scoop is going down. I gotta get going because I gotta get back and carve that pumpkin. Hope you guys all have a happy Halloween. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.
Don't forget to check out thecrusadercave.com for all the Credit Crusaders merchandise, including workshops, t-shirts, and so much more. Make sure to use the promo code TREAT for 10% off from now until Halloween.